Psyche is the beautiful third daughter of a king. It is said she is more beautiful even than the goddess Venus. When Venus realized that all the men were going to seduce Psyche rather than worship her, she was extremely upset. Venus turns to her son Cupid and asks him to make Psyche fall in love with the ugliest creature on the planet. Cupid, however, does not want to force Psyche to do this because he loves her. Still, he sets off to please his mother anyway. Psyche's parents are upset because she's not falling in love with any man. They turn to Apollo and ask him for advice. Apollo informs them that Psyche has been sentenced to marry an evil serpent and they must leave her on a hilltop to wait for her future husband. Psyche's parents took her to the hilltop and left her there, although they were very upset. Psyche sat alone at the top of the hill and was carried away by Zephyr, the wind, down to a field. Where she awoke in front of a beautiful palace. A voice told her to go into the palace and they would serve her in every way. When Psyche went to bed that night, her husband was with her, even though she could not see him. Yet, she fell in love with him anyway and realized that he was the love of her life. Then Psyche's sisters came to meet her, and Psyche agreed to meet with them despite her husband's warning. After her sisters saw all of her riches, they became very jealous and came up with a plan to destroy her. Her sisters convinced Psyche that she has to see her husband because he may be an evil serpent who will eat her. That night, after her husband fell asleep, Psyche grabbed a lamp and a knife and went to go see him. When she finally saw him, she realized that he was no monster, but rather a beautiful man. She's so shocked that she fell to her knees and accidentally dropped hot wax on him. He woke up and he ran away once he realized Psyche had seen him. As he ran away, Psyche ran after him. He shouted to her that he's Cupid, and she was shocked. She turned to the many gods for help to get Cupid back, but eventually she decided to go straight to Venus. Psyche went to Venus to try to get help to see Cupid again. Venus convinced Psyche that if she would be her slave, she will take her back to Cupid. Venus made Psyche do many dangerous chores, trying to kill her and starve her. One day, Venus sent Psyche to the underworld to go get some beauty from Proserpine. Afterwards, when Psyche was returning to the palace, she decided to look at the beauty because she wanted to look good for Cupid. But when she looked at it, she fell asleep. Meanwhile, Cupid had escaped and was looking for Psyche. When he found her, he woke her up and told her that everything will be fine.
Everything's going to be fine.
Then Cupid and Psyche went to Jupiter and asked him to make Psyche immortal so that they may finally be married.
Can we get married?
Yes.
Didn't you want me to be immortal, Cupid?
Yes.
Can I be immortal?
You may.
All right.
You have my blessing. Venus did not object because she was happy to have a goddess daughter-in-law. Also, she figured that Psyche would be so busy with the gods that no men would worship her. In this way, love and soul were united forever.